Hello friends, hope you all are fine. It is a critical time. We are still under the lockdown in India. I wish you, my friends, stay healthy both in mind and body. Today I am going to talk about one of the most popular books among spiritual communities. Many people call this modern spiritual classic as a life-changing book. I do agree. This is indeed a life-changing book. I was pretty young when I first read this book, and naturally I couldn't capture the essence of the book. But after 3 years, when I read for the second time, I could see the life through the eyes of the author and understood why people praise this book so much. I'm talking about The Power of Now, a Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment by Eckhart Tolle. This is an amazing book by an author who neither have followed any particular religion nor guided by any spiritual guru. It is a book by a transformed individual who possesses spiritual power of transforming others. This is an insightful book. So my humble suggestion is to read this book slowly. Take some time, take some pauses while reading. Reflect on the ideas, meditate. Keep your mind open, let your heart expand. Enjoy reading. Here I will share with you 4 key ideas I have picked up from the book. I hope that these ideas will help you to grasp the meaning of the book and inspire you to explore more ideas. The first key idea is, who am I? It is often said that any spiritual journey starts with one question: who am I? The power of now also begins with such a question. There was a time in Eckhart Tolle's life when he was so depressed that he was almost ready to commit suicide. One day, out of depression, suddenly a thought came to his mind. I cannot live with myself any longer. See and listen carefully. This thought is about to change Eckhart Tolle's perspective on life. I cannot live with myself any longer. Then he became aware that his thought was peculiar. He asked himself, am I one or two? If I cannot live with myself, there must be two of me, the I and the self that I cannot live with. He understood that only one of them is real, other one is false. So his search began. What is real I and what is false? Through his illuminating search, he understood that only I that lives inside us is real. Me, myself, is not real. Me or myself is a concept created in our mind through endless thinking processes. This concept can be called as ego. Remember, our mind exists only because of our thoughts. If there is no thought, there is no mind. Ego is formed by our thoughts. It gives us false identity. This ego identity can be found only in connection with the past and future. Ego cannot survive in the present. On the other hand, I is the true self. This I or our true self can be realized when our thoughts stop coming. The mind stops working when we are still. It is the light, pure consciousness. It is the watcher who keeps watching all the mind games with non-judgmental eyes. It resides in the present moment, here and now. The second key idea is time. Eckhart Tolle believes that there is only the present, the now. The present, the now, is real. The past and the future are illusion. What is now past was once present, with reference to that particular time in the past. Similarly, what is now future will be present with reference to that particular time in the future. So there is only present. Eckhart Tolle classifies time as the clock time and the psychological time. The clock time is the time that we follow in the practical life. It is important. Basically, it is concerned with the present time. Sometimes we need to refer something to the past or to the future. We must be careful while referring to the past or future that our reference should be made only to learn lessons from the past mistakes and planning not to repeat them in the future. We should not indulge too much in the past or future, as there is a chance to move into the psychological time. The psychological time is the creation of our ever-active mind. Most often, unconsciously, we tend to live either in the past or future. This mental framework of time is called psychological time. When we live in the psychological time of the past, we become self-critical, remorse, guilty. Similarly, when we live in the psychological time of future, we will become tensed, worried, more anxious about future. The third key idea is pain body. We are not so habituated with conscious living. Primarily, we live unconsciously, and because of that, every now and then we receive emotional pain. This unattended pain later on changes into the form of a negative energy and remains in our body throughout the life. Usually, such energy remains in our body at dormant state, but when similar situations occur in our life, this negative energy gets intensified and appeared in the forms of anger, destructiveness, hatred, grief, violence, and sometimes even in the form of illness. Such negative energy in our body can be dissolved. We have to focus attention on the feeling inside us. We must know that it is the pain body and accept that it is there. We don't need to think about it, don't need to allow the feeling turn into thinking. We shouldn't judge or analyze. We shouldn't make an identity for ourselves out of it. We should stay present and continue to be the observer of what is happening inside us. We must be aware not only of the emotional pain but also of the one who observes, the silent watcher. This is what called the power of now, the power of our own conscious presence. As we continue to live with our conscious presence, we will be amazed to see how the radical shift takes place. The fourth key idea is the secret of happiness. The final point of our discussion is to find out the path of ultimate happiness. According to Eckhart Tolle, the endless problems that we face in every day-to-day life situation are the hindrance to our happiness. We need to solve our problems. If we deeply observe, we will notice that the root of all our problem is our resistance to the immediate present or the now. We resist because our ego doesn't survive in the present. Unconsciously or without examination, we falsely identify ourselves with our ego, and for us, the extinction of ego means our death. So we resist the now, the present moment. But if we want to be really happy, we must be brave, very brave. We have to accept what it is and let things happen without any resistance in the now, our immediate present. People may ask, is it a passive surrender? No, it is not a passive surrender. It is a process where, keeping our chatty mind at halt, we let our inner being to get aligned with the universal force and help things to reveal. So the secret of happiness is to coming out of the realm of psychological time, accepting without any resistance what it is in the immediate present, the now. So friends, these are some of the important ideas I have found reading this book. I'm sure if you read this book, you will also find few more ideas. This is such a brilliant book which you should read at least once in your lifetime. I would definitely recommend this book to you. Well, I would like to dedicate this presentation to those migrant workers who lost their lives on the railway track near Aurangabad while going on foot to their native places in Madhya Pradesh during the lockdown days in India. May their souls rest in peace. Thank you for watching. Please do share your thoughts, views, and opinions on the comment box below. My videos are not made for commercial purpose. They are made with sincere love and compassion, purely for communicative interaction. I have already expressed my part. Now it is your turn. Bye for now. See you soon. Take care.